Hi, you guys. So it's story time. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the camera on the ice. So let's go ahead and cool the environment, okay? So let me go ahead and give you guys a quick story, right? So when I was about 15, I was probably about 16, maybe 17 years old, and I had already been through traumatic abuse my entire life. My mother abused me. My father abused me. I grew up in an abusive home. I was molested. I was touched. I was left. I was abandoned. I was frustrated. I was hurt. When I finally found someone that I thought actually loved me, who was my first child's father, something terrible happened, okay? He let his ex-girlfriend call our daughter a bitch. So, long story short, I got fed up with people picking on me, people doing things to me that, you just shouldn't do to a kid. And ever since I was a kid, I've always been maliciously hurt, maliciously attacked, maliciously targeted, maliciously tortured, and I've never had a break from that. My grandmother was a actual spell caster, spell ritualistic person, as I'm sure most people are spell ritualistic people. Some people try to denounce their powers by saying, their family converted or their family believes in Christianity, but even Christianity is all about alchemy. I was a hurt child that was not getting any results by praying to God, and praying to God, it made me want to be humble, but at the same time, I was missing something. I was missing justice on earth. I spent years stuck in a mindset of fear, scared to hurt people, scared to sin, scared to do any damn thing for myself, really. So this is what happened, okay? The girl who referred to my child as a bitch was about 30 years old, maybe 28, 29. I was about 15 to 17 years old when this happened. That's when I had my first child. This woman has suffered tremendously from my hands, okay? I didn't need to be initiated. I didn't need to be whatever, okay? I did a little bit of studying. I did a little bit of research. But my downloads, because I am so anointed and so blessed to talk to the dead. I've been speaking to dead people since I was a little girl. And they show me things and they teach me what I need to be doing and what I need to be thinking. I used to think they were there to attack me, to hurt me, but I found out they were actually there to play with me, to revive me from my loneliness, my abandonment, my cruel upbringing. I channeled them specifically for this. So, after the girl so-called called my daughter the B word, I quickly got to work. It's not about the supplies that you have. It's about the intention that you have. Actually, me and this girl got into an altercation. When we got into an altercation, some of her blood got on my shirt. I took the shirt that I used when I got into my altercation with this woman, and I makeshifted it into a voodoo doll. And no one told me what to put in that doll, but I made it happen. I got my gloves. I filled that dolly up with poison ivy, with red dirt, cayenne pepper, hot chili peppers, and I found a dead frog and put it at her heart inside the doll. And I was just a young kid. This lady had me so angry. I believe we fought around 9 o'clock in the morning. And by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, her ritual was almost over. This was not a planned ritual. I didn't use any candles. I didn't use candles. I didn't use any oil. I didn't use any of that stuff. I took a t-shirt with someone's blood on it. I filled it up with poison ivy, with kudzu, red dirt, cayenne, chili peppers. Okay. I took that dolly and I held on to that dolly. I held that dolly up to the sun. And and I put dog crap in the brain of the doll. That's what it was. I put some dog poop in it. I held that dolly up to that sun and I screamed from the heavens, okay? From the heavens of my loins. I said, God, if you don't do anything else, and I'm pretty sure you can interpret some of the things that I asked to happen to that doll. Long story short, when I was on my way to go and bury that bitch, when I was on my way to go bury that doll, I saw a dead raccoon in the road, a fresh kill actually. So what did I do? I walked up to that raccoon. I wrapped a bandana around my nose because it was stinking. I put on some nice big old hefty handy duty gloves. I laid the doll on the ground and I picked up the raccoon, held it upside down, and I activated that doll with the blood of a dead fresh roadkill. Let me tell you. About a month or two later, this lady had 2 children. A month or two later, her youngest child was actually caught and pinned inside of a murder case where he is actually facing about, I think at the age of 16 or 17, he caught about 40 years in jail. He started off his time in detention of juvenile justice. They ended up moving him into county about a year or so later, and now he is in state prison. He is doing state time. Her other child, he was actually supposed to be the good child. He ended up getting into a misfortune with the police maybe 4 months after the brother. He got sentenced as well. He is going to be in jail until he is about 30 years old. Now what happened to her, you say? Well, one of the things that I asked that I prayed for was that woman could never speak to me like that ever again, nor could she ever have any opportunity to ever protect her children from any harm. And that is one of the things that I actually asked, because when she referred to my daughter as a bitch, my daughter was only an infant. And since you want to be funny, honey, I made it where I petitioned to my demons and my gods that she be in a position to where she can be free and watch her children suffer. I requested that specifically. Watch them suffer. And as for her, she has lost her willy-nilly mind. She is about 36 years old now, and she has went completely what's the proper term? I think it's like insane or senile, or she's went completely insane from seeing her children suffer and not being able to help them. Also, after the spell work, this lady lost her job. I petitioned my demons that she lose her job, that she lose her home, which she did. She lost her children, then she lost her home, then she lost her job, and shortly after, she lost her mind. She got strung out really bad on meth, on crack. And I'm going to tell you how the universe works. So this lady hated me to her very core, okay? I've had the blessing and the opportunity to come back to the same area this lady did what she did to me, only to have her walk up to my car. I didn't notice her at first. She walked up to my car with a spray bottle and a napkin, and she said, "Could I just wash your windows, please, for about $1, just $2, please, please?" And I said, "No, thank you." I said, "I do not need that from you. I do not need that." She says, "I am so sorry." She says, "You look so familiar." She says, "May God be with you. You are a beautiful soul. May God be with you." I almost fell out my seat because not even 4 or 5 years prior, this lady was an absolute bitch. She was, if I catch this girl, she was talking about me, saying if she caught me, if she saw me, she's going to give me the business. She's going to attack me. She's going to, rah, rah, bark, bark, and scratch, scratch, and meow, meow, and all this, that, and the third. And after little old me, did that spell work, this woman can't even recognize the person that she put in turmoil. I had the opportunity to see this lady again, and she has completely lost her mind. She's only 34, maybe 35 years old. She has completely lost her mind. She walks around, basically she's homeless. She walks around the city all day, and she talks to herself. She has no type of mind whatsoever. And I've thought about going back and digging up that dolly, but nah. I actually asked my demons, my gods, my spirits, and the dead people that I talk to, I actually asked them to keep that on her for the next 8 years when I casted that spell. So it's almost over. Soon it will be over. But this is why you don't mess with people that you don't know. Because people don't have to walk around with a witch sign. People don't have to walk around with, I'm bad and bougie. I don't have to do that. You piss me off good enough, and I am going to hotbox and cut your ass in the spirit. So that was my story. I love y'all. Peace and love. Like and subscribe. Thanks.